You ever stop to think that your inner world, that place with all your feelings, your hunches, your intuition, isn't just a big, messy chaos? That it actually has a structure and architecture? Well, today, we're going to pull out the blueprints. We're going to map that inner reality and find out how you can become its architect.
So let me ask you something. Where does your intuition live? I mean, when you get that gut feeling, that little spark of insight, where's it coming from? It feels like it's from somewhere inside you, right? But where is that exactly?
Well, that's exactly what we're diving into. We're about to define that space where all these mysterious feelings hang out. And honestly, it's a place you already know really, really well.
See, it turns out your intuition isn't off in its own little corner. Nope, it lives in the exact same inner space as every single other feeling you have. Your joy, your fear, your confidence, your anxiety, it's all in there together. It's this bustling, living environment that's constantly being shaped by everything you go through.
Okay, so how in the world do we start to make sense of all this? It sounds complicated, but we can actually break it all down. Let's look at a simple but super powerful framework that sorts all of these feelings into 3 main categories. That's it, just 3. This whole seemingly endless universe of what's going on inside you. We can understand it through just 3 fundamental aspects. This, right here, is the key to mapping out your inner reality.
And here they are. First, you've got feelings about yourself. Second, feelings that are connected to the situations you find yourself in. And third, feelings you have about other people. Pretty simple, right? Let's break them down one by one.
So, feelings about the self. This is your foundation. It's your self-perception, right? Your confidence, or maybe your lack of it. It's that gut sense of what you think you can and can't do. It's the whole collection of all your experiences, the good and the bad, that basically define who you think you are.
Next up, feelings about situations. Just think about the totally different vibe you get at work versus when you're at home with family. Or that feeling when you're completely lost in a passion project. All these different places and contexts, they trigger their own unique feelings. And those feelings totally color how you experience them. And finally, we have feelings about others. This is your social world. It's all about how you experience other people, how you connect, your sense of empathy. It's basically how you emotionally read the room and react to the people in it. Okay, so now we have this map, right? Self, situations, and others. And with this map, we can unlock something really powerful. And hey, this isn't some brand new idea. This is like an ancient life hack for changing your reality. Check this out. You've got modern psychology on one side and ancient esoteric practices on the other. They seem like they're from different planets, but they're built on the exact same foundation. They both figured out that the secret to changing your state of being is to work directly with your feelings.
And here's the core of it, the big takeaway. Work with feelings and change reality. It means that by learning to navigate and actually influence that inner world we just mapped out, you can fundamentally change how you experience the outer world.
I mean, think about it. What are things like rituals or amulets or even spells really for? When you get right down to it, they're tools. They're tools designed to change how the person using them feels, to give them confidence, to make them feel safe, to help them focus. They're basically ancient technologies for managing your emotions.
So that's the what, but what about the how? How does changing a feeling on the inside actually cause a change to your reality on the outside? Let's get into the mechanics of it. It really boils down to a pretty simple process. First, you make a conscious choice to change the feeling. When you do that, it allows you to relax, to feel more centered and whole. That feeling of wholeness, then, changes your basic attitudes about things. And that shift is what lets you step into a whole different reality.
Let's look at that first category. When you start working on your feelings about yourself, like, say, you build up your self-esteem, you just naturally relax. You're not fighting with yourself anymore. This makes you way more present and integrated, which in turn directly boosts your ability to actually influence what's going on around you.
And it's just as powerful when it comes to situations or other people. Let's say you change how you feel about a stressful project at work. You go from feeling dread to feeling challenged. Your entire attitude shifts. You start to see new options. You talk about it differently. You are, for all practical purposes, living in a totally different reality than the person who was dreading it 5 minutes ago.
So all of this leads to a pretty incredible conclusion. If this inner world has a structure and we now know we have the tools to work with that structure, well, that makes you something incredibly powerful.
You are the architect.
And that's not just a nice little metaphor. By consciously deciding to pay attention to, understand, and then adjust the feelings inside you about yourself, your life, and other people, you are actively designing and building your own experience of life. The blueprint is in your hands.
Which, of course, leaves us with one last, very important question. Now that you know you're the architect and you know your feelings are the building materials, what reality are you going to create today?